Hello, everyone, and welcome to Clutch Them Pearls breaking news. According to multiple outlets, just now, breaking news, including TMZ, The Independent, Bryan Kohberger from Moscow, Idaho, from the Idaho Four Slayings, has done a plea agreement, a plea deal. All four counts of murder in exchange for 4 consecutive life sentence without the possibility of parole. He also waived his right to appeal, meaning this is final. This isn't a game of get out later. He's gone, no parole, no way out. We're going to talk about it on the other side of this.
So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. A mind you can't control. Running wild, can't calm down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause I'd start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Thank you, Susan. Love you, guys.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's go for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And I have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Breaking news, everyone. Bryan Kohberger the man accused of brutally murdering 4 college students in Idaho, Moscow, Idaho, to be exact, has officially accepted a plea deal. This will mean no trial, no jury, and most of all, that's shocking, which is a little controversial, no death penalty. We're going to break it down about what happened, what it means, and why the families and the public are reeling. According to multiple outlets, just breaking just a few minutes ago, including TMZ, Brian Inton, The Independent, Kohberger has pled guilty to all 4 counts of murder in exchange of 4 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. He also waived his rights to appeal, meaning this is final. It's not a game. He's not going to ever get out later. He's up the creek without a paddle. No parole, no way out. No way out. So I know Steve and his wife were very much wanting the death penalty. But I mean, I think Bryan Kohberger knew there was no way in hell a jury was not going to convict him. There was way too much evidence. And for me, the shocking thing about it is how can I say this? People out there thought he was innocent. People thought he was innocent because they let some influencers here online influence them, and they were just doing it to be controversial for views. That's the only reason they did it. There is no way this man was innocent at all. He's just not innocent. There is too much out there. Golden Girl, you thought he was innocent? No way. Someone said Steve is already taken to X. Well, look. There's always a group that supports the guilty. Well, I mean, the thing about it for me was there was just, I mean, he didn't have an alibi whatsoever. You can't say you're fucking stargazing. You can't say he's stargazing. And then he gets pulled over twice. He buys this knife sheath and knife off Amazon. It's never been found. He gets pulled over twice. You could see it in his eyes, like you could see the wheels spinning. And then when they arrest him, he's sitting at a kitchen table with like a bag sorting out his trash. So throwing his trash away, cleaning out his car, all of that. So it's, come on. He was an outcast. Did they even try saying he's autistic? They did try to say he was autistic, and he might be. But whether you're autistic or not, you can't go mowing people down. He lived a perfectly normal life up until then. He needed the death penalty. I agree. I agree. Now, I think he's a puss for not taking it like a man and just saying, but what am I saying, Justin? These people have he obviously has not an ounce of compassion or self-reflecting on itself, right? All right, guys, let's get to everything we know right now. This, thanks to guidance, she actually called me for this, that this was going on. I used to be very, very heavy in the Idaho 4 case. I was going to cover the trial. When Idaho 4 started, like, everyone was coming to, like, so many people were coming to my chat room. I would have no less than 1,800 to 2,000 people in chat at any time. But the true crime that I like to cover is finding out who it is. And then once they're in the justice system, I'm generally not as interested. Let the justice system take care. I like to find out who or where someone is. That's what kind of grinds my gears. But some courts, trials I cover, but not as much. I like the mystery of it. It is some news. This has been going on for a long time, a long, long time. And it took him not a huge amount of time to find Bryan, but it did, take a little bit of time. I'll never forget that time searching for him.
From the state of Idaho once again, but on a different story, as News Nation has just learned that the accused killer, Bryan Kohberger, accepted a plea deal. Yeah, a plea deal was offered. He has accepted the deal. Sources are confirming that prosecutors proposed dropping the death penalty. That was the deal in exchange for Kohberger pleading guilty to committing 4 murders and pleading guilty to burglary as well. So guilty plea in exchange for no death penalty. Now, the background on this story, you'll remember he's accused of killing those 4 University of Idaho students at their home. It was back in November of 2022. Sources say Kohberger must also agree to spend the rest of his life in prison without any possibility of parole. So jail.
Okay, let's see if it says anything else here. Let's see here. 1 second. What's this? Here we go. Let's look at this. Credit goes to Court TV.
Defend. I mean, I'm a prosecutor, but why don't you do criminal defense? And you don't like defending criminals. And you're right, I don't like defending criminals, but I respect people that do. That is their job. And our system only works when there's prosecutors and there's defense lawyers. And just taking a step back, so I want people to understand the legal strategy here. When you are handling a death penalty case, there's a statistically greater chance that that death sentence is overturned on appeal than you actually.
And that is a great point that he's giving here, guys. And we have to remember this. And this is new emotion for Steve because it's a decision that's been made, right? Most death sentences, there is so many appeals, it's not even funny. It cost an absorbent amount of money. And I don't really know would it be worth it? Would it be worth it? Let's say he wins the appeal. If he got the death, well, let's say he was convicted rather, and he got the death penalty, and it was overturned because they are so scrutinized.
Of getting a not guilty verdict from a death penalty qualified panel of jurors. So let's understand that, right? When you're doing voir dire, right, we've gone through jury selection a lot here on Court TV, but if it's a death penalty case, the judge also asks the potential juror's view on capital punishment. And if someone says, I can never impose a death penalty, or I couldn't follow the law, well, that juror is going to be excused. So in these death penalty cases, the jurors tend to skew more conservative. Obviously, in a case like this, there'd be a lot of pressure on the jurors to return a death sentence. So what the defense was trying to do is, and I know a lot of people have been watching, thought he was actually innocent.
It just blows my mind. I don't know how anybody thinks he's innocent. I really don't. Not Bryan Kohberger. But you know, a lot of times, even if I'm on the other side, I can generally see how someone can see someone's innocent, but I just can't with him. I just can't with him, personally. But yes, he gets no appeals now, no appeals whatsoever now. Well, what the hell happened?
Unfortunately,
Okay, there we go.
even if there wasn't that proper consultation, it doesn't change the outcome. We saw that recently in the Adnan Syed case, where that case was dismissed after many years. A lot of folks thought that he was innocent. Family members
Oh, that's all going to
objected,
be
and the
dropped.
result
Oh,
ultimately was the same.
Yeah, just
if anybody wants court documents, any of the members who want any court documents on Bryan Kohberger, I have so many. It's not even funny.
incredible stuff. All right, wonderful stuff, Nima. Truly appreciate your insights there. Folks, I want you to make sure that you tune into Closing Arguments
That he gets
beginning
life.
tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern. Of course, Vinny Politan will have special coverage in the Idaho student murders case of Bryan Kohberger. Again, that's tonight, 8 o'clock on Closing Arguments. All right, let's step aside here for a short break. When we return, we're going to hear powerful testimony from the brother of a stabbing victim in the Preppy Party
Okay.
murder trial. Plus, we're going to take you to Iowa
Let's
to get you
see.
ready for Court TV's newest live trial, the Widow's Words murder
The widow.
trial of Karina Cooper. All that and more.
I don't know that case. It's Idaho. What's going on with Idaho nowadays? There's, like I said, there's not many people in
Idaho
Idaho.
student murders case of Bryan Kohberger. According to ABC News, in a shocking
Let me go to ABC
turn of
News.
events, Bryan Kohberger appears to have accepted a plea deal. Now, sources confirm the prosecution has proposed dropping the death penalty in exchange for Kohberger pleading guilty to committing the 4 murders and pleading guilty to the burglary charge. Kohberger must also agree to spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole and must waive his right to appeal. All right, Kelly Craft was reporting live from Manhattan previously. I definitely want to thank her. We'll have more information on what's going on out there in Idaho as soon as it comes into our newsroom. We will let you know.
All right, look at this. All right, so I'm going to tell you what the Gonzalez family are saying right now. Okay. They are saying it's true. We are beyond furious at the state of Idaho. They have failed us. Please give us some time. This was very unexpected. We appreciate all of your love and support. And yeah, just craziness. Look at these beautiful girls that this motherfucker took. Bryan Kohberger is a heartless bastard. They had, I mean, literally, they were so young and vibrant, and the world was their oyster. It really was. Just, what about victim impact statements? I mean, they will still get to do that. They'll still get to, because he will, even though he is accepting a plea deal, they will still have a sentencing, right? So they will still get to speak on that. I mean, his attorney tried everything. From, you know, autism and so on. It's now that he has pled guilty, he will be in PC because 3 were girls. Hearing is Wednesday for him to sign if judge accepts. I think it was okay. Let's read what they're saying here. The New York Post. Bryan Kohberger has reportedly accepted a plea deal, agreeing to cop to the vicious murders of the 4 University of Idaho undergrads in 2022. The deal will make Kohberger safe from the death penalty, but he must plead guilty to 4 murders and waive his right to appeal, and will serve life in prison without the possibility of parole. The deal is a shocking twist in the hard-fought case in which prosecutors accuse Kohberger of sneaking into the rental home in nearby Moscow, Idaho, and fatally stabbing Ethan, Xana, Madison, and Morgan, and Kaylee. Is that all they got? Kohberger's defense had pushed for delays in the trial and pushed to keep the most damning evidence out of the courtroom, including surveillance videotape and DNA collected at the crime scene. Oh, I want to show you this. I saw this morning, actually. Jason Jensen, who is a really good PI, he was just in Idaho, Moscow, Idaho, and he was, let me find it. He was looking for Bryan Kohberger's knife. He had his dog there looking for Kohberger's knife. If not, can he make them go to trial? Yes.
Don't get hurt.
Look at this, guys. I want to show you this. Why did they delete that? Ooh. Give me 2 seconds. So he was just there looking for the knife, and Bryan Kohberger, this is weird too. Jason Jensen was there. They were looking for Bryan Kohberger's knife, and they found a fucking knife sheath while they were looking for Bryan Kohberger's. And that's like a new knife sheath. You can tell it was just the irony of it is just crazy. It's just crazy. I wanted to show you what there was a photo of the knife somewhere, or a knife. Let me find it up here. It's probably right here somewhere. Did it. This here he says, tonight after I drove the path from 1122 King Road, Moscow to near the Blaine cell phone tower by Highway 95, it took me 28 minutes. I now believe this is the route that Bryan Kohberger took after the murders. We will be searching this area where the red arrow is. The route includes Palouse River to Linville Road to Genesee Juliet Road to Blaine Road to Ede Road, from Blaine back to. So this is he took obviously the long way home. Bryan Kohberger did that day, which I found very interesting. There was a photo of like the knife sheath. I don't know what he did with it, but or not the knife sheath, but there was a photo of a knife. And that is a big ass knife. I'm telling, like, it's a big knife. Okay, let me move on here. So, does everyone know about this case that's in chat right now? Does everyone pretty much know about it? So Bryan Kohberger, he's a 29-year-old man who was studying to get his PhD in all things criminology. It means he was literally studying how criminals think and act. But he's a criminal. He's a murderer. So it took, how long did it take? A couple months to find Kohberger. They found that they were looking for a white Hyundai Elantra, and what really got him arrested was the phone data, the Elantra, the knife sheath that was left at the crime scene. Bryan quickly then drove to. I'm glad you will never. Amen, Kimberly. God, me too. Me too. I guess I need to watch some of the other true crime channels that think that he was innocent. I just want to understand what makes them think 6 weeks. That's what it was. Thank you. Why they think that he is innocent. Is it a bunch of, well, if this happened, then this could have happened, but this would have happened, a lot of steps for them to rationalize. I'm ready to see it all too in the bushes. And I think there is so much more. They think he's innocent because a glove that was found outside. Chris McDonough found that glove. He was the one that found that glove. It's the same people who think Chris Proudfoot and Don Wells are innocent. Why do people think Swats is innocent? I mean, I guess, it's beyond me. Okay, this is new. This is okay. What's this? This is such new news. They haven't had time to do videos or anything yet.
Go out of Pennsylvania. Action News has learned that Bryan Kohberger has accepted a plea deal. According to a letter sent to the family of one of the victims, he agreed to plead guilty on all counts. He will be sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences, which waives all the right to appeal. Kohberger was charged in the 2022 stabbing deaths of 4 University of Idaho students. Kohberger was tracked to Pennsylvania and arrested at his parents' home. His next hearing is scheduled for Wednesday, July 2nd.
Chicago Public Schools faces
They tried to delay it again, and the judge just, what was it, the other day, they said, no, we're not delaying again. Your hearing's in August, and it was coming right up. A life sentence is 25 years, I think. Well, it's a life sentence, it can vary. It can vary. He's got 4 consecutive life sentences. He's never going to get out. Ever get out. Nor should he. I wonder if his family still support him? That's what I would like to know. Does his family still support him? I'm looking here. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on here online. HBER. Who claims to be eyewitness, saying she saw Bryan Kohberger at 11:22 this morning. She appeared highly intoxicated in his police. Okay. Bear with me. Yeah, ABC News, and I think Brian Enton was the first to report this. Okay. Damn, where'd it go? Let's see what they do here. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. Rumor that his mother does, not his rumor that his mother does, but not his father and sister. It would be very, this is the thing. If you're, God forbid, your kid ever unalive someone, God forbid, I couldn't support them. I would still love them. I would hate what they did. But yeah, Pebbles, we read it just a minute ago, baby. What about y'all? Like, if your kid unalive someone, unjustified, right? Not like war or self-defense, not like that. But if it was like unjustified, I would never, ever hide a crime for them. That is for damn sure. And I would absolutely turn them in. But I would still love them. But I could not. I don't think I could. I don't think I just couldn't support them in that. I don't think you can ever stop loving your kid, though. Okay, here we go.
Trial. The Idaho College murders case. A trial date has been officially set with opening statements scheduled for August 18th, and the judge dealing another blow to the defense. Kana Whitworth has the details.
Hold on. This isn't new. Bryan Kohberger has agreed to plead guilty to all 4 counts in the killings of the 4 University of Idaho students, sparing him the death penalty, according to a letter sent to victims' family members. So the family members got a letter. I see this kind of as a double-edged sword. I really do, because you think about it. They don't have to go through like this long. I mean, the trial was supposed to be 3 months. And this trial, I actually said it last night, because I was planning on probably going to the trial in Idaho. Not staying 3 months, though. But it's probably going to be the biggest trial of the decade for sure. Right? A letter, how considerate. Saves the family trauma. Yeah, it does. But they're upset. Well, the Gonzalves, they're upset. So the families were not consulted, just got a letter, feels like a slap in the face. Spared 12 innocent people from having to see the graphic images. Can you imagine? I mean, there was so much blood at that crime scene. It came out of the house and ran down the side of the house. It was that vicious. How did Bryan Kohberger, you piece of shit. You know something? Like, look at this right here. I want to show you this. Why did it do that? This guy, tell me if he is not a serpent. This man is the closest thing to a serpent I have ever seen in my life. Look at those fucking eyes. He looks like Satan. He looks like, he literally reminds me of like a rattlesnake. Because like the poisonous snakes, they got, I don't know, they got like a flare in their nose. Just he creeps me the fuck out. When did he do that, Ginger? I want to see him. He is a demon. He is a demon. And you know something? I look at him. I've done a live before. There are physical traits to serial killers. There is physical traits. And he has, I can see one of them right now. That's why it reminded me of that. His ears. They've got, he doesn't got a bad one. I forget what they're called. They're like I don't know if they're called cauliflower ears or whatever. He doesn't have too close of eyes, anything, but there are physical traits. I think it's called the dark triad. I can't remember what it is, but compare his photos over time. His eyes change to black. I would have rather been in a room with Manson than I would Bryan Kohberger. Any day. I don't know. That's the truth. I cannot. This man, like, whenever they were searching for them, you know, they were the profiling, we knew it was someone twisted. He killed their children. There was a gag order. They tore down the house against their wishes, changed the venue, took a plea without consulting family. I would be pissed off too. They should have never tore down that house. Never should have tore down that house. Hell no, they shouldn't have. No way, Jose. Mm-mm. At least Manson could tell you how he was going to strike. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Willow. Thank you, baby. Good to see you. The devil has workers here on earth, and he's one of them. Yes. But you know what? Thank God that this mother chicken will never, ever be able to get out. Texted you a pic. Okay, let me see here. Did you text at the 307? Jinja, did you text at the 307? I don't have it. Hold on, maybe I just now got it. There we go. You're quick. Oh, I showed this picture. Yes. Yes, I've got this picture. I showed this picture a while back. Let me show it. Yep, here we go. No, not this one. I showed a different one. This was after the morning. This one right here. This one was after the morning. Look at this. This one right here. He looks more evil than Wade Wilson. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. There's just something very odd about him. He is just not wired right. He's not wired right. Ginger, can you send me the link to that video? This is the photo that he did the next morning after, after the shower, after he killed them. Does he have makeup on? No, he doesn't, Cinderella. He's just fucking weird. He's an empty vessel. I know. And I really feel bad. I really feel bad for the obviously the victim's family members, but I feel bad for his parents too, his family. Can you imagine having a child like Bryan Kohberger and just knowing he's fucking wired wrong? He's vampire looking, yes. And I just can't. And so I really do have, because his dad, just in that video, the car ride video, Dracula, that's it. Fine Summer, yes. Oh, he was so proud of it. I mean, he has fucking thumb up. I mean, if he didn't wear gloves, he would have sliced his hand something fierce. He wanted to remember this. I still want to know what the hell he did with that knife. I want to know what he did with that knife. Hold on 1 second. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. I want to show y'all something here. Oh, really? This was last night's live. Okay. I'm going to show you Chris McDonough from the interview room. He's got a lot of the court documents. Look at what they said. Credit goes to the interview room, our friend Chris McDonough and Karen, his wife, beautiful wife. Boyfriend slay trial flirt. Okay, the Idaho Bundy. Psycho selfies in stab slay massacre. Psychopathic traits. He's certainly got a personality disorder, in my opinion. So true, Willow. He may share. He may share with his mentor, professor, book writer lady. She is going to be in court. What's her name? Anne something. That's interesting. Okay, look at this. I love Chris's analysis.
30th of 2022. I would just like to
What's just
add
coming up?
something to what we're talking about this.
So neat.
You know, was Bundy his inspiration or not? I definitely see the connection, especially after the black hoodie photos that have emerged that we've seen. But
Well, he was fascinated with what's his name? His daughter's a real nice girl. The serial killer. The Green River, was it the Green River Killer? No, what was his name? Gary BTK. BTK, yeah. BTK. Yeah. But I also think Dennis Rader. Yes, thank you. I think he was also fascinated with Ted Bundy as well.
you know, I don't know if it's sort of a dissenting opinion, a little bit. It's just my opinion that while it's an interesting side point, to me, it's almost an aside to the whole case. It's not that, the question is, was he a copycat Bundy? Was he a student of Bundy? Well, it's interesting to, people who study it and for some details, but, Bundy got away with dozens of murders, if I'm not mistaken, and he was tried on only a handful of them.
I was talking. Y'all didn't hear me. He looks like Bundy. He looks like the Wish version of Bundy, in my opinion. He looks like the Wish version of Bundy. Bundy was a more handsome, generally speaking, man for the time. Bundy, to me, there wasn't really much of a creep factor about him. But he's like the Wish version of Bundy. You know what I mean? Yes, and Bundy, he was very charismatic as well. Yeah. You said that? Yeah. Now, Gary Ridgway was not attractive at all. He's creepy, but not, he doesn't give me the willies like Bryan Kohberger.
So they're dissimilar, but they're not dissimilar at the same time. And I think as far as
now, Dahmer gives me the willies. Dahmer gives me the willies.
What the state is going to present, their evidence to the jury, this is going to be such a heartbreaking case with the victim.
Jen, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. Do you take what is it? Omeprazole, Prilosec?
Families in there with 4 victims, that I think the Bundy is just an aside piece, and that this is somebody who the defendant is not a very interesting overall type of a guy. Dr. Gary certainly nailed his personality, as Chris mentioned, before he was even caught.
Richard
So,
Allen gives you
yeah.
the creeps. Richard Allen is creepy. He's creepy. I've covered him so many times, just Lyme's disease sometimes in my memory. What's the guy in New York that recently got caught with the pizza? It's right here. I just can't say it. Yeah, Gilgo. But what's his name? It'll come. Just give me a minute. Rex. Yes, thank you. He creeps me out. Rex creeps me out. He's a big guy. He's just a big guy. He looks like Frankenstein. Yes. Franken evil. What's wrong? Aimlessly wondering. What's wrong, honey? You okay? Richard Allen looks like Daniel at the birthday party. Oh God, Enoch. You're kind of not wrong now that I think of it. You're kind of not wrong. Yes, I wouldn't have guessed Rex was a serial unaliver. I think there's just a side of these people. Remember, there's the public self, the private self, the secret self, and there is a side to their secret self that is so rageful. It's crazy. Rex is the next scary MF. Yikes. He's kind of scary to me. Is Millie in here? Hey, Millie. Ginger, thank you so much, my love. I really do appreciate you. I'm so angry for these families. I'm shaking. Maybe God knew to spare them of those gruesome photos and long trial. I pray they find some peace. God bless these 4 innocent souls. Love you, Justin and Pearls. Ginger, first of all, thank you. And that is so well said. That really is. That's so well said. Share, that's everybody. It's not just you. It's not just you. Everyone feels that way. They're like, oh my God, I thought that. Why did I think that? You're not responsible for the thoughts that come in your head. You're not responsible for a fleeting thought. Now, if that thought becomes, manifest itself into doing something, then you are responsible, obviously. Chad Daybell looks like a boring science teacher. I know. He's such a puss. He really is. He's just evil in the head. You know what I mean? Like, I hope he gets in prison. I'm not gonna say, and I just hope Wade Wilson gets a hold of him without the Vaseline. That's all I'll say. Or the whatever. I hope that little bitch gets it in prison. I can't stand him. What he did. I hope the true Bubba of all fucking Bubbas get a hold of him in prison and makes all of these people that are evil like that, they're bitch. I do. You don't hurt kids. Notice how Chad Daybell, all of his kids are still alive. Isn't that interesting? There's always a big Bubba in prison. I don't know. Justin P. Diddy is today also. I don't get it. Richard Ramirez looks like Satan. Yes, Richard Ramirez does. Yes, he does. Casey Anthony isn't innocent. Courts think so. Yep. I don't know how the hell. I mean, like with her, I don't know how she wasn't found guilty. And O.J. Simpson, but I understand more O.J. Simpson not being found guilty because unfortunately, whether we admit it or not, celebrity status and wealth affects your sentencing in this country. So does color. Sometimes. I mean, and then O.J. Simpson, he did, if I done it. Just basically was a confession book. That's what I told my daughter the other day, how funny only Chad's wife was rated. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I still, when it comes to Lori Vallow Daybell, her brother, God, I know his name is, I just can't think of names today, guys. Sorry. Alex Cox. I think that, I swear something happened to him. I do not believe he died of natural causes. And you guys know I'm not this conspiracy type, but I do not think dumbbell, yeah. They were getting rid of everyone, in my opinion. And I'll tell you who else I think should. I think Lori's niece as well. Lori's niece. What's her name? She tried to have her husband mowed down. Remember Chad's prayed over Alex before his death? Yes. Yes. Yes, I do. Yeah, I think Melanie got out in time. Melanie Gibbs. Hey, Dara. Oh, thank you so much, Willow. Appreciate you, lovies. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. You received one of those memberships from our Willow Grace. Thank our dear Willow. It's very kind of you, my dear. Hoping Barry Morphew. Oh, me too. Barry Morphew, like, you want to talk about Suzanne was just way above Barry in every aspect. Suzanne was classy, elegant, beautiful. And then you got Barry Morphew. When they were moving from Indiana, they looked like the Beverly Hillbillies rolling into their several $1,000,000 home. Barry was so it was her money. Yes. It was all her money. I don't know. Barry, he just ugh. He looks bad though. He looks really bad. Real bad. Like he's skinny. Now, like Barry used to be big and muscular and buff. And also with Barry Morphew, his daughters are still supporting him. They transferred him from Arizona. Bingo, wait, what? Bingo. And he's not going to be 10 in prison, but he will be someone's treat too. Yeah. Alex Murdaugh looks normal, which is scary. Alex Murdaugh, I think Alex did it because it was very impulsive. I don't think he really thought about it. Do you mean Michael Vaughn's case? Mimima? Mimima? Is that what you mean? Michael Vaughn's case? Yay. The boat accident and getting sued for the girl's death. I think Alec Murdaugh, I think he's always been dirty, but most people didn't think he was as dirty to kill his wife and child. So I talk to Brandy at least once a week. I just talked to her day before yesterday, and she was having a better day. She had just gotten out of the hospital. She's having some procedures done, and she seemed better than she was the last time I talked to her, like maybe a week ago. She was having a rough time a week ago. And she has some good days, and then she has a lot of bad days. But she's very, very, very sick. Aimlessly, you're fine, honey. Don't apologize. You got to take care of your. God bless you for taking care of your 95-year-old mother. She needs a DC. Oh my God, she needs it. She needs that liver transplant so bad, and I hope that she gets it in time, because I honestly don't know how much more she can take. And I don't mean I mean obviously with her body, but I also mean with Michael. Sherry, he will get 4 life sentences. 4 life sentences consecutive. Yeah. Okay, let me see if there's anything going on here with Kohberger right now. Let's see. Two seconds. Okay. Here's Kohberger. About Kohberger. Consecutive, yes. Now, the Gonzalez family, they are not happy.
On ABC News Live reports, I'm Alex Bechet in Washington. Right now, we are following news out of Idaho. Bryan Kohberger, accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students in 2022, has accepted a plea deal. ABC News has confirmed that he has agreed to plead guilty to all counts. ABC News Live anchor Kana Whitworth is on the phone with us. She has been following this case from the beginning. And Kana, what details can you share with us?
Sorry, I just realized this is ABC News, and they are the biggest jerks when it comes to playing their stuff sometimes. So I have to turn the music up a little louder than normal.
It's about how this deal came together.
Yeah, Alex, I mean, this is simply a stunning turn of events in a case that has gripped this entire nation. Up until today, we were looking at an August 18th trial date with Bryan Kohberger's life on the line. What we know now from families who received a letter is that Bryan Kohberger has...
You're right, Peas in a Pod, and I can tell you, Brandy is deathly ill. In fact, if she doesn't go to the hospital every few days to get the fluid taken off of her, she would die. Did you notice Ann Taylor was not sitting right beside him the last hearing? I did not.
Accepted a plea deal. In part of this plea deal, the defendant will plead guilty to all counts listed in the indictment. So that is 4 counts of murder as well as a burglary count as well. He will serve 4 life sentences consecutively with no possibility of parole. And the defendant will waive all rights to appeal this conviction as well. It also sounds like they will be seeking some restitution for families. This is things like money for funeral expenses,
mom, honey,
and victims' compensation. The next thing that's happening, Alex, is there will be a change of plea hearing, and that is this Wednesday, July 2nd. And so, for some, this may be some finality and some.
So this Wednesday,
closure. For others, you have to imagine, Alex, there are so many unanswered questions in this case.
So it was just Michael Vaughn's birthday last week. I did a couple songs for him, and Brandy and Tyler, they have a child younger than Michael Vaughn. When Michael went missing, actually, Tyler was changing the baby's diaper and ordering pizza. And she talks about Michael all the time. All the time. And she's about 5, almost 6 years old now. And they did a cake for Michael for his birthday. And every time she would eat a piece of cake, she would sing happy birthday to her brother. Thank you, DC. So sweet.
I'm sure that there's fear that those questions will remain unanswered. But here we are after more than 2 years. The
Brandy sent me a video
one
of it.
and
It was so
only
cute.
suspect in the Idaho college murders case, the man who stood accused of murdering Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, Kaylee Gonzalez, and Ethan Chapin. His name is Bryan Kohberger, and he has accepted a plea deal.
Well, and listen, Kana, of all the trials it feels like we've been keeping track of over the last the last several weeks, this was the one that we anticipated was at least going to have some sort of resolution later on in the year at the earliest.
When trial starts for Michael Vaughn, I will be there. I will be there right beside Brandy.
But for our viewers that are just kind of catching up, can you walk us through what the past several months have been like with this case?
Arrest these motherfuckers.
It's been tumultuous. There has been filing after filing and pushback from the defense, initially trying to delay the trial. They had maintained their client's innocence this entire time. They wanted to have the death penalty taken off the table. They tried many times unsuccessfully for that to happen. In the meantime, this has been under a gag order. So people involved in this case have not been able to speak out about it, which is why so much of this case has been shrouded in secrecy. We thought that it was going to go to trial in Moscow, and then it got moved down to Boise, and then it got pushed back yet again. And so here we are now, about a month before this trial was supposed to start, and we have learned that instead of a trial, there will be a plea deal.
And Kenna, do we know that in this plea deal, was there anything that was taken off the table? Was the death penalty taken off the table?
The death penalty is taken off the table. So exactly, in exchange for pleading guilty, the death penalty will be taken off the table. It's a pretty standard cut and dry plea deal. There weren't very many concessions, which you have to imagine there may have been families out there that wanted concessions like that.
Well, and the other thing is, because we just saw your interview earlier today with the friends of some of these victims.
So Sherry, if he accepts the plea deal, or if the judge accepts the plea deal and everything goes through, he will not get the death penalty. He will receive 4 consecutive life sentences with no possibility of appealing it, no possibility of parole. It is, you're there for life, you can't appeal it, you're never getting out, to take the death penalty off.
I don't know if you've had a chance to speak with them since this news, but for our viewers, how are they hoping to remember their best friends?
It's so important after speaking with Emily Allant and Hunter Johnson.
What's wrong, Roni? What's wrong, honey?
And the two that were the first to arrive at that King Road home, that the world remember their friends for how they lived their lives and not for their
general
last
population,
day, not for how they died. I had a chance to speak with Ethan Chapin's entire family as well, and their family motto is to live like Ethan.
I agree, Nurse Sandy.
He was a beaming, bright ray of sunshine. All of these kids were really described in that manner, and that's what's the most important here, is that we remember these kids, we remember how they lived, and we don't lose sight of the families here. Maybe there's finality here, but they never get to wake up with their kids ever, ever again.
Yeah, that's a great reminder. I remember in that interview hearing one of the friends talking about how they really kind of rejected this label of the Idaho 4, because you had four individuals who had different personalities and very much their own identities here, and that's something that we certainly don't want to lose. Kana, if you don't mind sticking around, I want to bring in our legal contributor Bryan Buckmeyer, who's also with us right now. And Bryan, first off, did this deal surprise you?
Oh, Alex, absolutely. This is shocking and surprising for a number of reasons. Now, whenever you have a death penalty case, the major issue or major concern that a defense attorney will have is trying to get that off the table. And so understanding there's a plea deal where Bryan Kohberger will not be put to death, especially in a state that has such, let's say, wide-reaching ways in which they can employ the death penalty, that makes sense. But he's still going to die within prison. I mean, this sentence is 4 consecutive life sentence. No one lives that long, especially not in prison. So I would have thought, based on the offer that was given, he would have still have gone to trial because it's death one way or another.
Well, and also the timing of this, Bryan. I mean, is there anything to glean from that? We talked about that August 18th trial date, essentially.
Yeah, so plea deals always get their best the closer you get to trial.
Hold on. Wasn't the death penalty already taken off, or was it not taken off?
There's a number of factors that go into it. If you think about from a defense attorney's side of view,
remember.
or even the defendant's point of view, they're getting nervous. They're getting worried. Whether you're innocent or guilty, or you believe yourself one way or the other, having your life in the hands of 12 people that you've never met before can be very, can shake you to your core in many ways. And for the government, they're thinking about putting on these witnesses, putting on people who are going to testify about some of the most horrific events that happened probably in this community, and putting the family through this all. And so they're thinking about sparing the family. Now, we know at least to some degree that a letter must have been sent to the families to okay this. And so the families, at least on their face until we hear otherwise, presumably were okay with this offer that Bryan Kohberger would spend the rest of his natural life in prison without having to be subjected to the photos, the testimony, and the imagery that would have come from this trial.
What do you make of his defense team's strategy in this case?
I think it made sense. This is a defense team that was a public defender office from a neighboring county facing a death penalty case. And what you do with that is you fight zealously and vigorously to save that person's life. And in some regards, and in many regards, actually, they achieved that here.
Hey, Roni, do you have Venmo?
Bryan Kohberger will not be put to death by the state, and instead will spend the rest of his natural life behind bars. And in a death penalty case, as I said earlier, that is in many ways a victory. And you make every argument you can, not just for the trial court, but also for appeals. And I think with here, they're going to walk away saying their client accepted a deal. Their client obviously knew, or hopefully knew what they were facing, understood what they were facing, and we'll find out on July 2nd if this actually happens, because a plea doesn't happen until they actually say the words.
Okay.
There have been many instances where people agree to a plea deal and then ultimately reject it at the 11th hour or close to the 12th hour there. And so I think the strategy made sense. They got in many regards what they were looking for, and I think we'll see what happens on Wednesday.
All right. Our thanks to Bryan and Kana. But yes, breaking news today, according to a letter sent to the victim's family, Bryan Kohberger has agreed to plead guilty on all counts. He will be sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences and waives the right to appeal. Be sure to catch Kana's ABC audio podcast about this case called The King Road Killings, wherever you get your podcasts.
Roni, if you have you can set up your phone to use just like a card, and you can just tap your phone on the machine, like when you go to the grocery store, you can just tap it. If you text me, Roni, text me your Venmo right there. I'll send you some money. So aimlessly, honey. Thank you. That you're fine, honey. I'll help you. Hey, hobo. There you go, YouTuber. Thank you. I'll show you how to use Venmo. But if you'll let me know, because I'm going to get off here really soon, because I'm coming back for Jack and Lily. That's right, Nurse Sandy. Love you too, Nick. We are family here. Your phone is off. You can do it on the internet as well. I mean, you don't have to do it from a phone. You're fine, Carol, honey. Listen, some people can give at some points in their life. There's been times where there was times when my husband and I first started out, he was working, going to school, I was working. It was either ride the bus to get to work or eat for me, for both of us. And so I've been there. I know. I mean, God, it sucks. You know, we all have different seasons in our life. She just texted me. It's not fun, Magic Star. It's not fun. It sucks. Me either, Justin. I would wash my hands off. I would wash my. What do you mean wash? What do you mean wash your hands? I'm in a Bryan Kohberger chat group. It's going crazy right now. What's this? As soon as she tells me, I'll let you guys know. And then I'll be back. Oh, Baby Kisses is behind in the live. Okay. Rhonda at okay. Oh, thank you, Enoch. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you very much. That's very kind of you. I really do appreciate you. Okay. Roni, you're going to get 2 Venmos from me because I'm going to send my balance and then I'll take it and then I'll send you more from my account. What was it again? So I can see it here. Thank you guys. Where did there it is. Okay, so I can write it. Oh, hold on. She's got Cash App too. Okay. I need to do Venmo. Maybe I need to do Cash App. Hold on. What's going on? Okay. Send at Rhonda dash DE. Hold on. I may have. Did I? Oh, guys. I put that wrong. Guys, I put that wrong. It's TEM1. Don't send that. At Rhonda dash team TEEM dash 1. That's Venmo. Oh God, I screwed up. Look. At Rhonda dash TEEM dash 1. Okay, yep, that's you. Okay. Fuck me. Her picture will look like this. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Okay, there you go. There you go, guys. Oh, guys, y'all don't have to do that. Goodness gracious. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you, honey. Roni, you should get 2 transactions, okay? I sent you my balance, and then I sent you some more. Thank you, Ginger, for that earlier. Thank you, Willow. Thank you, Enoch. Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, YouTuber. Thank you so much. Thank you, DC. That's very sweet of you. Thank you, Hobo. Thank you, Cindy Lou. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you so much, Lady. I got you covered. That's right, Jen. The pearls take care of each other. Okay, guys. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Thank you so much, baby. Appreciate you very much. So I'll be back here in just probably 30 minutes or less. I've got to get my stuff together for our main live for today. I just kind of wanted to come here for this breaking news. And yeah. So thank you all so much. Roni does have Cash App. Yes. Cash App is $Rhonda Team 4. There you go, Roni. Take care of yourself and your mama and your kitty. Okay. All right, guys. I'll be back here shortly. Love you all. Appreciate you. See you guys in a little bit. Bye-bye.